They pop crowds. They pop corn. They pop culture. It's the Lowdown.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the latest installment of the Lowdown Popcast. I am the voice of PCW, Elliot Popston, as well as the voice of Demons Football and Sant E Claus, where you can check me out at Sant E Claus of SE. And to my right is the founder of the hottest wrestling promotion in the Mid-Atlantic, back from Jamaica, man. He is the owner and agent of FlyerFootTravel.com, where you can book your dream getaway. He can sell ice to an Eskimo. He is a Shane event. New York's greatest export, Shane Dorr. I'm back and better than ever.
See?
Welcome back, Shane.
Oh, man, it's good to be back stateside.
How you been?
Cold. It's freezing.
To my left is...
Sober.
Sorry, I got excited for a minute. To my left, as always, has the greatest Funko Pop collection you'll ever see in your life. He is soon to be Kevin Nash's favorite podcaster, podcast enthusiast, outwork everyone, handbook, Johnathan Winburn.
Well, some just say he might work everyone.
Oh, that's true.
Either or. I don't. Just ignore me right now. I'm over here stuffing my face.
Munch it away.
It looks good.
It is good. I'm starving.
What'd you get?
Hamburger steak, gravy.
Do you ever order anything different?
When I go to a different place, yeah. But from this place, no.
Everything from there is so good, though.
True.
But it's the hamburger steak from the local bar,
Yeah.
which, by the way, has our favorite bartender, Elliot.
Oh, Jennifer, make me nutty Russian.
What the hell's that?
Oh, it's a little bit of
Bubbly.
a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, well.
I make like a white Russian, but with peanut butter whiskey.
Oh, my God. It's too early.
Oh man, well we are live.
Oh, we're live, pal.
We are live.
Oh, shoot. Can we do that over again?
We are live. We're live, pal. Yeah. So, man, got an exciting show happening today, and man, got some great things happening in the world of entertainment, wrestling, movies, sports. But before we get to that, be sure to follow the Lowdown Popcast. You can subscribe and follow at www.thelowdownpopcast.com. Also, check us out at Lowdown Popcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, keep up to date. We like to try and post different things and ask different questions from the fans, and we need your interaction. So,
Yeah, I think our new segments, the this or that, the IMDb and start bench cut. We might try to start incorporating a little bit on the socials.
yeah, absolutely. It's
Get some input before or after. We'll gotta figure that part out. But
yeah. So got some things happening, but before well, no, we'll get to that here later on. Shane, tell us a little bit about your little vacay, man.
Well, it was my first all-inclusive. So everybody knows I'm a vacation enthusiast. Jonathan's a Funko Pop enthusiast. Elliot, you're musician enthusiast. Everybody's got their thing. Vacationing's mine. So you have to do an all-inclusive. Go ahead.
I like the vacation too.
Yeah, but you don't do it nearly as much as me. I vacation a lot. Jonathan. Not anymore. Well, kind of more permanently now that I don't have a job. But so like, yeah, got to go to Jamaica, first all-inclusive resort. It was definitely nice. I'm a big fan of Jamaica. Was really cool because stayed at a high-end 5-star resort. Had a couple. Definitely Chad Ochocinco was there. really unapproachable, judging by the entourage he was surrounded by.
Definitely unapproachable.
Yeah. But Elliot, this was really cool. So the resort was really, really nice. The food, amazing. The drinks were phenomenal. Pretty much anything you wanted, you got. It was included. But on the way home, we head into Montego Bay, the airport. And I kid you not, Jess and I are walking side by side. I'm on the left, she's on the right, walking toward the gate. And then, I mean, we just walk right by a guy in the line and his girl. The guy was nearest me, and we walk right by him. I go, "Hey, Jesso, that was Matt Riddle." You know, just
Who's that?
just no, she knows she ain't that, she ain't like that, Elliot. But I said, "Oh, that's Matt Riddle," and we got in line. We're like 5 people behind him. She goes, "That was not." I said, "That's Matt Riddle," and he turns to the side. You know, Matt's got a very unique build. He's kind of he's jacked, but he's
lanky.
He's very slim, like arms. He
long
skips
arms.
arm day. Definitely skips arm day. But
He's got abnormally long arms.
yeah, it was very weird. Like Slender Man. But so he's standing in line, and then he's got the hat on, got the hair down, and then Jess like, "That is Matt Riddle, bro." I was like, "Stop." She's like, "I'm gonna go up." I'm like, "You're not going nowhere. You're not good." She's like, "I'm gonna go up and say hi to him." I'm like, "No, you don't do that. He's a human. Just let him go." But it's just funny the way she said it. "Oh, that's Matt Riddle." Oh, bro. It was like like Nemo.
Was he arriving or departing?
Huh?
Was he arriving or departing?
He was heading to Charlotte.
Well,
He did
apparently
not.
he skipped rehab.
So funny story. So of course he gets checked. He's getting like all his stuff's getting ripped out of his bag by the lady and that's getting him on the plane. And he never got on the plane. His girlfriend did, and the other girl that was with him did, but he never got on that plane to Charlotte. I thought that was weird, but hopefully he's okay. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was
There
definitely
was some news that come out since you've been back about Riddle.
ironic too.
Well,
like the irony
About that.
it's so funny. Like I had sent that picture. I'm like, I think I sent it to the group, and I was like, of course he's getting checked for drugs. I do love Matt Riddle though, man.
Well, it was funny. I chuckled.
Yo, Randy.
You think Randy was his first call when he got locked up?
Oh man,
He's like a real life Cheech and Chong. Hey man,
he's awesome. I mean, I got no issue with him.
Man, wow, yeah. After you sent that, I saw the news break this past week or past couple days. I had to just chuckle. Yeah, he didn't get on the flight. Matt Riddle has now been suspended from WWE due to violation of the drug policy. By the way, they no longer test for marijuana.
I think it's funny, but yeah, it was a great trip, man. I'm just glad to be back. Glad to be back safely. Because you read all these things and travel advisories: do not travel to, do not go. Like that's legitimately what it says about Jamaica. Like, do not travel here if you're an American. Do not travel here. So I messaged my hookup in Jamaica, and he's like, "Man, do not listen to that. Come on to Jamaica. It's beautiful." And sure enough, it was. We went in town. It was beautiful. Amazing, amazing country.
Man. So, Jonathan's over there munching away.
You muncher.
I'm so sorry. I'm so hungry.
And
hamburger steak. Is that just like
it's a giant hamburger
mashed?
patty.
It's like, okay.
Think of like 2 quarter pounders that like hooked up together, made a half pounder long ways.
It's essentially
instead
just
of
a
top ways.
hamburger, but they do make it different ways. I mean, you have it
How can you F
with
it up?
like breadcrumbs and
Overcook it?
stuff to make it.
I mean, you can make it super dry.
Okay, that makes sense. I've never ordered hamburger steak in my life. I just, every time I'm with him, we go to Gadgets and it's a hamburger steak.
Yeah, you put stuff like gravy, mushrooms, onions, peppers on it instead of
Ketchup?
I mean, you can.
You can.
It doesn't
That'd be
come with it.
meatloaf. That'd be meatloaf.
No, meatloaf has peppers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
cooked
not a
inside
fan of
of it.
meatloaf though.
Huh?
I'm not a fan of meatloaf.
I'm not either.
That is weird.
It is weird
Because
but,
the meatloaf, I know it comes in.
Comes like a
comes in
log.
loaf.
Looks like a loaf of meat. It's a loaf of meat.
People put like a stream of ketchup on top, like
to bake it.
decoration too.
Yeah, but they put peppers and onions inside of it.
Oh, that's so good. You don't like it,
Not a big fan.
I'm not either.
but
I
you'll
love
eat it.
hamburger
But
steak. It's
you'll
like one
eat
of my
it.
favorite things to eat.
But you'll eat it. You'll eat a meatloaf, but it's not gonna be the first thing you order. Fair.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've had meatloaf.
I have to
there's
be
a
in a
restaurant
specific mood to eat meatloaf.
in Hartsville that makes meatloaf. All you have to do is reheat it. I mean, it's like homemade meals. It's just like meal prep. And when I get it, I always get it for Danielle, and then I get me something else. I don't ever eat it.
I think you should try a bite one time.
Well, I've had bites.
Oh, then you can remember the last time you tried it.
I don't
Yeah, he's
remember.
saying it wasn't very good.
It wasn't that memorable. All right, fair enough.
I remember when I had it. It was gross.
Oh, fair.
So yeah, there's also like growing up, there's a restaurant, a staple in Hartsville called a Roost Drive-In, and they
Sounds
have
phenomenal.
their specialty was called Doc was the owner, and it was called Doc's Hot, and all it was half of, so it was the bottom part of the bun, hamburger sitting on top, and then just loaded with gravy, onions, cheese, whatever you could think of.
And the bread was soaked in it.
But there was no bun on top; it was just the bottom, and the patty was on top,
Sounds like SOS.
and then fries all around the plate.
Do y'all eat that here? SOS. It's this.
Never heard of it.
It's
I
called
mean, to me,
on a shingle.
you just came back from Jamaica. You talking about SOS? Did you see Kofi while you were down there?
Oh wait, no.
Hey, what happened to your Jamaican accent?
Aren't you supposed to be Jamaican? Yeah, it's called on a shingle, and it's basically like bread, like bread loaf soaked in peas and like mayonnaise and all this, and it's just it looks like it is horrible, but it's a northern thing. I'm not part of them people.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Well.
dang Yankees.
Peas and mayonnaise.
It's like it's got to be mayo. It's white. I don't know what else it would be. It's semen.
Wow.
Animal semen.
Gross.
That's Anthony Anderson from Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I'm gonna have to Google that now. What we got, Elliot?
So, Jonathan.
Yes.
This is your segment, man.
Oh, we're there already.
Yeah.
Creamed chip beef and peas
So
soaked in a cream sauce over bread.
we
No, thanks.
eat cream ham on toast, which is it's just a ham, pepper. Yeah, it's like that.
It's
But
on a
no-
shingle.
But we don't do peas.
Oh, maybe that was my mom. She's different anyway.
We do cream ham on toast.
Anyway, I'm getting hungry now. Thanks, Jonathan.
You're welcome.
So this first segment we're about to do is Jonathan is going to give us a couple scenarios. It's called this or that. And he'll give us a option. We'll get a chance to discuss. And yeah, so this is this or that right now.
All right, so we'll start off Attitude Era. So, favorite tag team, Edge and Christian or the Hardys?
I'll let you go first, since I went first that one time.
Which one did I like more?
Yeah.
I liked the Hardys more. I did.
Then and now, like looking back.
I feel like Edge and Christian probably had more of an effect in the Attitude Era. Especially looking where Edge is at now. Looking where Edge and Christian are both at now versus where the Hardys are. Edge and Christian are still able to go pretty good. Jeff's battled his demons. Matt is a shell of himself.
He's been a show of himself for a while now, though.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And to
Some would
me,
say he's even broken.
well, or woken.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I feel like Matt and Jeff's best work, in my opinion, was whenever they were in Impact, where I feel like Edge and Christian's best work was, when they were in Attitude Era. Nothing promo wise was better than the flash photography stuff. I just loved that. I thought it was good. So my favorite then was the Hardy Boys. But I feel like Edge and Christian long term have been better.
I'm Matt and Jeff fan. Just thinking where they came from, they're
Cameron, North Carolina.
their time on the indie scene, and then coming up at WWE
Omega.
so young. They were underage when they started with WWE or then WWF, if you want to go that way. They're 17 years old, something like that, 16 or 17, having their first dark matches, and then to see how far they've come at how early they started and what they've done collectively and individually is, I think, is absolutely amazing. I love the New Brood stuff. The feuds with Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys, I think, are some of the best work of the Attitude Era. But I think as far as the tag team and seeing what they've done, and look what they've done in WWF, on the indie scene, Ring of Honor, what they did in Impact, AEW. I mean, look at what they've done everywhere they went. And then you really can't short them by forgetting about the unbelievable return at WrestleMania, because just look at that crowd reaction when that riff hits, and you can tell by the reaction, that they're heavily loved, and what's that word, Elliot? How do you say it? Revered by the wrestling community. I think everything they've done, I think, is just unmatched. They're probably, I think, top 5 tag teams of all time, to be honest with you. But
So for the benefit of those, flash photography.
Yeah, so growing up, I was a Hardys fan more than Edge and Christian, whether that be because the Hardys were face and Edge and Christian were usually the heels. I don't know. I had, my best friend was an Edge and Christian fan, but as I've gotten older, and able to go back and watch some stuff, I really appreciate the Edge and Christian, the flash photography stuff. Their stuff with Kurt Angle was amazing. So
go ahead.
I don't know. I think that. In the moment it was the Hardys, but I think looking back, I think I appreciate Edge and Christian more for what they've done. But
as you evolve as a wrestling fan, though, you look back and you realize that Christian's the worker. I mean, they're both good. Don't get me wrong. Edge has this
he had the look more than Christian.
Edge had the look, but Edge has this this next level, in the ring.
Edge is a better promo, more believable. He has more charisma on the mic,
more than Captain Charisma. Yeah, I think Christian bores me in a promo. Absolutely bores me. He bores me in every facet of professional wrestling.
His heel promos is good
as he's gotten older. Yeah, I'm just thinking back in the late.
I wasn't a fan of Christian with the long hair at all. I mean, that's when he was with the Hardy. I mean, the Edge and Christian and the Hardys were all feuding and stuff. But I hated he had this round sunglasses that went over the top of his head. I mean, his look was so silly and stupid. But singles career, I definitely think Edge and Christian had a better impact at singles than the Hardys.
Oh yeah,
even though Jeff's had a couple of runs.
I think Matt had the biggest singles career,
probably the biggest out of all of them.
I mean, Jeff had a really good singles career. If you think back, I think what put him on the map in a singles career was that ladder match with The Undertaker on Raw. That was unbelievable, and I don't know what was more impressive in that match, Jeff or Taker. If you go back and think about it, but Matt, if you think about everything Matt's done, version 1, Broken, Woken, the stuff with Shannon Moore. Him and Lita, I think Matt had the bigger. I think Matt has had the bigger singles career.
I disagree.
I mean, that's our right here.
I know. I didn't say you were wrong. I just said I disagree.
You're wrong, but I disagree.
Cool. Welcome to the show, Altered B Seats, aka Brett. Glad you can join us, man. What else you got for this or that, Jonathan?
So just kind of on the,
Brett's going to chime in here on this segment.
Oh yeah.
Topic of tag teams. We'll go one tag team, but who was the better of the two?
Uh-oh.
Kevin Nash or Scott Hall?
Scott Hall.
All day long.
Scott freaking Hall. I mean, I love Nash.
Hey, yo.
Oz. remember that promo with Ricky Morton?
Yes.
What you ever do, Kevin Nash? Dress up like the Wizard of Oz or Vinny in Vegas. No, but Scott Hall, man. So you had Big Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. I mean,
The bad guy.
yeah, every one of his incarnations, so to speak, were hugely impactful. Razor Ramon in the Attitude Era was like, that was my guy, man. That was like, dude, he just looked good. The ladder match, going underneath the ladder, he was just like,
Not to be confused with Laser Limon.
who?
Laser Limon.
Is that the fake Razor?
That's what I call him.
But that's Rick Bogner, I think. Rick Bogner's his name.
He sucked.
He said hello to the but yeah, Scott Hall, man. I love Kevin Nash too, and I love the Outsiders. I love the NWO, Wolfpack, Black and White. I don't care what version of it, but I think Scott Hall, man, just that when he showed up to when he showed up to WCW for coming over from WWF, he stayed in that character, that Razor voice, because that's what everybody knew him as. Just looking back at the impacts he's had in all different incarnations in different companies, I think Scott had the bigger career.
I think what we learned was that Razor Ramon was Scott Hall. Just who he was.
Mm-hmm. Just with an accent.
Yeah. Hey, yo.
Oh, dude, is so good in that toothpick. And the ladder match at WrestleMania 10 with Shawn was unbelievable. I don't know. I love the colors, the purple and the gold, the chains. I just thought it was.
Well, he went purple and gold. He went teal and gold.
Yeah.
I think he had green and gold.
Green and
It
gold.
was awesome.
So I think Nash had the bigger career. But
Well, he wrestled longer, so.
But Hall was my favorite by far.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I love Nash too. I mean, Nash went on to do, Nash has been in movies. He's had a lot, I mean, him and Shawn, getting a start. I mean, it was a
I love Diesel.
tragedy that Hall never won a world title. I mean, that.
Big Daddy Cool.
That promo was awesome.
That blows my mind.
He goes. Oh man.
No, I could agree with that though, Johnathan. Man, it makes me wonder.
Makes me excited for The Rock to come back.
If Scott Hall wouldn't had all the demons that he had to constantly struggle with, how good he could have been, how much he was good, how much better he could have been,
Oh, dude, and I don't like wrestling companies exposing the realness of somebody's personal life.
Struggles, yeah.
But they've done it forever, but it doesn't mean I like it. I don't like it. Especially when it comes to drugs and alcohol. Or infidelity with Lita and Matt.
Sting!
Yeah, Sting rat you out.
Oh, you cheating on your wife? Oh.
But that's what I was going to say.
God bless Sting.
You even take this, what I'm about to say, out of the equation. Hall's still my favorite, but I can't.
Yeah.
Hall's got to be my favorite. He was the inspiration, or he was the one that gave Sting the idea to go Crow.
That was his idea. Scott Hall's favorite movie was The Crow. That had to be.
Survey says one more.
What you got, John? That it?
I mean, I got a bunch written down. We can keep going.
Yeah, what the heck?
Hey, Brett, feel free to chime in on the in the chat, man.
Yeah, Brett, or call in.
And anyone else listening wants to sign on, chime in, feel free to do so. We'd love to shout you out on air. What you got?
So, similar topic. So, a tag team, but who was better out of the two, or who was your favorite out of the two?
Yeah, so that's two different questions, right? Is it who's better or who's our
whichever one
favorite?
you want to answer.
Okay.
However you want to interpret it.
All right.
Triple H or Shawn Michaels?
Ooh, Shawn Michaels is the showstopper for a reason. They call him Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper, stuff like that. I always felt like better match wise, I was more entertained with Shawn Michaels, but I think overall Triple H is better.
Oh, I don't know how to answer this now. You added that little last line in there. as I've evolved into a more mature, understanding pro wrestling fan, I look back.
Sure.
Well, whatever. I got to put myself over some way. Shoot. Seriously though, when I don't say maturity, but I mean as you mature in pro wrestling, as you grow older and you look, like, I truly believe you don't really understand and appreciate what has come before, if you're younger. So I mean, like, as you get older, I look back, man. So I am a big Triple H fan, and I remember when I started with Ethan Case at the early days of the Palmetto Wrestling Academy. One of his first questions was like, who's your dream match? Who would your dream match be? Mine was Triple H. I just think he is probably the most unmatched, underrated, incomparable ring general in all of professional wrestling. The guy is brilliant. His timing, his why, his reasons why he's doing something and when he's doing something, is just absolutely phenomenal. And like his return in 2002 and his matches with Goldberg and Lesnar and Taker and Shawn, and I mean, he just had a good look, good build. If you even think about like in his return vignettes when he came back from when he did the quad, I don't know, it might have been the second time. It was like a Terminator vignette, and like they were like, "Oh, we will rebuild," and like it was just, I don't know. I just have more fond memories and appreciation of Hunter's work. Now Shawn, I think, was probably the better technical wrestler, better in-ring talent as a whole. But I think Triple H had more impactful memories for me, more impactful spots and feuds and title reigns. Evolution, I think, is one of the most underrated factions of all time. Of course, the DX stuff and DX 5.0 with just him and Shawn when they redid it in 06 or 07. Yeah, I just think Triple H. Oh man, like I love that, like the promo when him and Shawn reformed again, just the two of them. That Vince McMahon like dicks, that promo. but you remember that promo because of two things. Because of Hunter, it's true. Because of Hunter in that like promo, but then he did the shit. Stop it, and Shawn did the flop. The fall. Shane. It was awesome. But I just think Triple H just sticks out to me for more reasons than Shawn does.
Yeah, it's a tough question for me. I thought about it a lot when I was writing it down. I was like, I really don't know if depending on when you ask me, my answer may change. Because I think they were both really, really good. I think on a match by match basis, I think Shawn may have some of my favorite matches over Triple H. Yeah. But I think Triple H, when it comes down to it, might be the one I enjoyed the most, because I remember times where I hated Triple H. Absolutely hated Triple H. But then there was times where obviously the DX 5.0 when they came back and it was comedy. I mean, they were just hilarious. Shawn, to me, I mean, he had moments where he was a heel, but I really just remember Shawn mainly as a face. I mean, matches with Undertaker, kind of the stuff later in his career with Cena and Angle. Still remember him super kicking Shelton. Yeah, there's a lot of Shawn moments that stand out, but when I go back and watch just about any Triple H match, like it's weird to say he's underrated because he's one of the top superstars in history.
And he's head of WWE.
But I think his work is underrated. I mean, when I watch it, I go back and watch the Hell in a Cell match with Batista. Fantastic.
Well,
I mean, there's so many
triple threat WrestleMania 20.
So many more matches.
Well, and
Shawn might have the better matches, but there's so much more, I think, that Triple H did.
So I've always heard Triple H be referred to as ring general.
Yeah, that's what I just called him. Yep. He flat out is. That's the words that describe him most to me. Ring general. I think sums it up.
Well,
plus on one of my favorite entrance themes of all time.
God. Yeah.
I know you know what I'm talking about because we've talked about this before.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, man, so he has 3 that really stick out to me. You know, you like the game intro. I know it's one you're talking about from like 99.
My time.
Yeah, my time. But it was really good. Then he ran to Motorhead for his whole career. But the King of Kings theme is
Behold the King.
When I heard that one, like, you know, of course the Motorhead, the one in the middle, the second one, is synonymous with him. But when the Behold the King hit, bro, it was a whole nother vibe for me. That's hot.
Well, part of what I liked about my time when Triple H would come out, because it was the same. I mean, the music fit him, but it was like his entrance never changed. It was always him coming out spitting the water. But when they would always play My Time, the lights were always dark, and it was just flashing like dark colors over him. So it was just the lighting, I think, fit the music because it looked mysterious. You know, when he come out, he always had his head down, hair in his face.
Yeah, I agree, Brett. Everything Hunter's done has been gold. You know, he's saying the Jean-Paul Levesque gimmick. I mean, the Brit
Terrorizing.
Yeah, there's a couple things before we wrap this little this or that up. There's a couple things that Brett mentioned. His best match was Jeff Hardy versus Sting in TNA. He was saying Diesel versus Razor or Kevin Nash or Scott Hall was tough for him because he loved Diesel.
Wait a minute, Jeff Hardy where Sting rolled him up because he's on drugs. Brett, wait a minute.
He said the Outsiders was probably his favorite tag team of all time. Scott had a bigger career with the amount of world titles that Big Kev held. He says, by the way, I'm a little loopy on NyQuil. Got the good old flu.
Oh, NyQuil's good, man. I don't know what Brett's talking about. Yeah, that's the NyQuil speaking, but
it's the best match ever.
Like, yeah, dude, Jeff was messed up in that match.
Yeah. Jeff was on NyQuil when he came out.
Yeah, NyQuil and Dayquil. And Sting's like, sir, roll the ball. We're out of here.
Death drop.
Sting leaves, and the crowd's like, what the heck? Sting's like, I know, I'm mad too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, guys, that anything else on that? We good?
I'm good on that.
Oh, bro, this ain't my segment. I just answered the question.
That was this or that. Speaking of wrestling news.
Yes.
Shane, you alluded to it earlier, but found out Matt Riddle has been suspended from WWE for violating the drug policy. But it's not marijuana, so because they no longer test for marijuana.
Yeah, they're covering up something. I mean, it's
they said they mentioned they said the reason he got written off last week was because of that, and he was in rehab. Well,
he was also in Montego Bay.
That might have been where rehab was at.
So,
love you, Matt.
So, yeah, Brett, good call, Brett. Brett C says, Shane, you saw him on the way to rehab.
Yeah. He was with the porn star girlfriend. No. Brett, he was with the porn star too, ironically. Don't Google her.
And other WWE news, Vince McMahon is trying to make his way back.
Oh, this is good, but this is gonna be a good one. This is
not gonna happen.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious. No, but here's the thing. Vince McMahon has Donald Trumpism. He's very egomaniac, right? And he's very all about himself. Where it was legal, Brett, yes. So Vince McMahon's very, very egomaniac driven, very, very self-absorbed dick. I mean,
Hunter and Sean.
Yeah, I mean, this is nothing new. Nobody knows, but do I think he's going to be allowed back? I don't know. I'm not sold on that, but do I think he's going to try his best and do whatever he can to ruffle some feathers to get back in, to force the hand? Yes, absolutely. I don't know what it consists of. We all know he is the majority shareholder. I mean, does it consist of him threatening to sell all of his stock offhand? I mean, would that not bankrupt that company or hurt them badly?
Well, insert Tony Khan.
Don't. I mean, for real though. I mean, I'm not familiar with that.
But it's interesting that he comes out with this after Raw draws one of the lowest ratings in show history.
course. There's impeccable timing, right?
So I know he's a majority shareholder, but I see 99% positive in saying that there's like he's not. I don't see him coming back in any kind of office role, creative office, whatever, behind the scenes, anything like that. If he was to come back, and I mean, I don't think he's back in any capacity.
I think he never left.
He's old. He's out of touch. Have
you seen some of this crap they've been
nothing
running?
Against. Well, yeah, but I haven't. But maybe that's the point. But nothing against what he's done for wrestling. Not taking away anything from him. But currently, I mean, we know that the products got a lot better when he was out. So I don't see a path where he comes back unless they bring him back as an on-screen character, where it's meant to be seemed like where it's meant to seem like he's back, but he's just on camera.
That'd be captivating TV, though. I mean, we've seen it before, right?
It would be good TV, but I don't see no way of them bringing him back behind the scenes. I just don't.
The fans want it. I mean, the crowds, the live crowds, want to hear that. They want to hear that. No chance.
Yeah, it goes off the. I mean, you're going to get the reaction from the crowd. That's why I think if he was to come back, it would
draw
in a wrestling sense. It would make sense on screen, but to me, it wouldn't make zero sense for him to come back in any other capacity.
Even if he does come back as an on-screen character, why are they not? I would drag this off so long, like, hopefully it's where it's forgotten about, but I wouldn't want to. I'm
sure he'll come back out and the first thing he'll say will be something.
Where the hell you been?
Something about what was happening, like why he left in the first place.
Forever, always.
Well, and you also in WWE news, you got Asuka going through a
interesting change, right?
Character change, looking like her Kana pre-WWE days.
A couple women, I think, getting ready to go through some character changes.
Alexa,
for sure, definitely been. But it's so obvious.
Or is it? Or is that what they want us to do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would think it's got to pay off. That's where it's going. But it's so obvious that it's almost now. I'm almost like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe they're just going to keep teasing it. Because she was before she was seeing the psychiatrist and all that stuff. So maybe it's just kind of it could lead to nowhere.
You also got
this whole thing with Bray's leading to nowhere.
You had former AEW star Kylie Ray make her debut.
Yeah, she went by a different name, Smiley Kylie, but she went by something else.
Yeah, she showed up as Brianna Ray.
Can you read Brett's comment for me?
Let's see. I want ECW direct N-word saying Vince to come back to the ring. Wow. NyQuil.
Brett's so funny.
Elliot definitely read it as he was reading it out loud instead of reading it first.
Yeah. He didn't care. No F's given.
Sanity versus the Wyatt family would be fire. I could get behind that.
Wyatt versus anything right now would be fire because
he doesn't do anything.
I am not convinced anything's gonna happen.
Rumor is that his first match is supposed to be sometime either in December or New Year.
They said it was like the last SmackDown of the year, which to me is, I don't know.
Dumb.
Like, yeah, I mean, you've waited this long to have this thing. You can't wait till the paper, PLE.
Ugh, I hate that term. That's another
premium
term.
live event.
That's got to go away someday. I hope.
Brett says, "Which year?" Good question.
Which year?
Yeah.
What's he asking? Which year for?
What the Bray is kind of
what?
That Bray is kind of fight.
Oh, 2024.
Yeah.
Who's he working? LA Knight? Is he gonna work LA Knight?
Yeah,
supposedly.
Oh, that's the blackout match, right? That's gonna happen.
It's taking so long because they're having to film it.
Got a good point there, Elliot. That was good, wasn't it? But yeah, I don't know. Is Bray getting in like ring shape or something? I mean, what are they doing? I mean, it's how long has it been? Month and a half? 2 months?
Something like that.
I mean, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
And it's the same. We're seeing the same thing. I seen the same.
I want to be nice.
The Uncle Howdy stuff.
Howdy or Howdy? Yeah. Howdy or Howie? I don't know. I don't remember.
It's Howdy. Uncle Howdy. Howdy.
Howdy. What else is happening in WWE news?
Right at 2 months, October 9th.
Yeah, like hello, come on. It's getting
Hello.
It's getting a little old now.
Bobby Lashley was allegedly fired on the show last night.
Yeah, that's believable.
Well, he was fired on the show.
Brock
and then,
Lesnar or Bobby Lashley's All Elite Wrestling.
And then Adam Pearce came out on Twitter and said, despite what I said on Raw, Bobby Lashley is not fired.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
All of it
Who did that?
Pierce,
Adam
the one
Pearce.
that fired him.
He said,
You're fired. You're not fired.
all of it will be addressed and have repercussions. But despite that, I really feel like I need to apologize to the WWE universe for the way I conducted myself. In the heat of the moment, I allowed my emotions to get the best of me, and I said some things I shouldn't have. I'll never apologize for having passion and looking back on last night. It's obvious I did not channel it in the right direction, and just know that I seriously regret it. Bobby and I are going to meet later this week in my office, man to man, and we're going to discuss what he has done, and even more importantly, how we can both move forward and do business together.
You know what this is?
This
is hopefully, right? No, but this is a segment that came across on TV, and the fans backlash was like, "This is stupid. This sucked." Because I read nothing good about it, and then all of a sudden WWE's got to reverse course. You know,
In other news, my wife sends me something just now that says the world may be chewing me up and me out, but I'm built like a piece of corn. I just laughed. Has nothing to do with this.
your wife saying she's built like a piece of corn.
She said the world may be chewing me up and me out, crapping me out,
Yeah.
but I'm built like a piece of corn. You're crap corn before? It looks the same.
Okay. Lindsay, you need.
Oh,
okay,
man.
Lindsay, you're too
That's
much.
funny. But winter's coming.
I'm excited.
That dude Sean, or the dude Sean, welcome, man. Yeah, winter is coming, and
I was gonna say it could be a woman, but the dude, Sean. You know.
winter is coming. Sasha Banks, aka
Mercedes Varnado, aka
gonna be at Wrestle.
Kingdom. That's amazing. That's huge.
I definitely think she's AEW bound at some point.
Did you read the money she's getting?
She's getting more than Jericho.
So Jericho's getting 100K a pop in New Japan. You know, for 100K, you talk 3-4 matches, bro. Almost $500,000, and she's getting more than that, is reported. You know, I don't believe anything I read in the dirt sheets.
Yeah, it's
Thank you for laughing, Jonathan.
Well, I was making a face. You just weren't looking, so I had to.
But for real, if she's even getting close to $100,000, if she's getting more than $100,000, you know, good for her, right? I mean, everybody's like crap. Like, there's a lot of people in the IWC that are crapping on Sasha Banks and the money she's getting reportedly from New Japan Wrestling. But bro, back up. So if you look at Sasha Banks and like her notoriety, she's more notable than people realize.
oh, absolutely.
Not just in the wrestling business, but outside the wrestling business and now Hollywood and music and all of her connections. So I think $100,000, if you can pay her that, and that's convincing her, I mean, I think that's a good investment for all the new eyes she's going to bring on your product. I mean, I'm a big Wrestle Kingdom fan anyway, so I'm you know, the only downside is it's on at like 2 a.m. here, our time. But
I mean, name one other woman wrestler today that has more
notoriety
than Sasha,
and
not just when it comes to wrestling.
that's still wrestling though.
Yeah,
It's tough, dude. I don't think
there is one.
I mean, you can. Okay, so
I mean, Charlotte may have the name when it comes to wrestling, like
Yeah.
in the business, but because of her last name.
yeah, I agree.
But I think, like you mentioned, everything outside of wrestling, I don't think anybody else comes close.
No, I mean, you could say Tessa, but like Tessa is probably on the same level, if maybe even better than Sasha in the wrestling side of things. But like you were saying, man, from a multi facet level, Sasha's unbeatable. She's untouchable. I agree.
Brett said, Alter B Seats, Brett says Alexa Bliss has her own song by Bowling for Soup. Enough said. Yeah,
I love Bowling for Soup. Do you remember Bowling for Soup?
vaguely.
So I know what song he's talking about. Have you heard it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm a big Bowling for Soup fan. 1985. That was Bowling for Soup.
Yep.
I'm a big Bowling for Soup fan.
You know, I don't know, but
Thank you
I
for calling that out,
I don't know
Brett.
about that though, Brett, and I disagree because of the fact that I mean, Sasha has been on The Mandalorian, so.
Ugh. Not a big fan, but.
Of The Mandalorian?
Yeah, isn't that Star Wars?
See, the fact that you don't know makes your point irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. Brett, we'll talk about that some other time. First off, Shane.
Yeah, so.
But just talking about Mercedes. So I think, you have in AEW, you have Britt and now Saraya.
Yep.
And
yeah, she gets offended.
Outside of that, like big names, I mean, you don't really have a lot there. I think even with the money, like if it was close to what WWE was offering, like their women's division is more convoluted, I think, with big names, where like Sasha immediately goes to AEW, and I think she's
Watch the viewership.
The star of the women's division.
I think she's the star of the company.
With anybody. I mean, here's the money would be, based on what we've heard, the money's great, or like at least in New Japan. But if she really is wanting to do all this stuff, not that WWE wouldn't let her, but if she's really wanting to do all this stuff outside of wrestling, the movies and stuff, what better company to work for than one that you only have
limited number of dates.
One day, one day, maybe 2 days a week that you're working. Or I mean, even when Rampage is live, a lot of the wrestlers that wrestle on Dynamite record segments, and they don't wrestle on Rampage. So you're working one, maybe 2 times a week on the 4 months that they have a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, that leaves a lot of free time to explore other adventures and do what you want.
Well, and Snoop's got a tie to AEW already, correct?
Yeah, well, he had a
he's already been on.
Well, he was on a big show that
back in the
he was on the
it was the big show,
the big show, or whatever the name of it was, with Cody
on TNT.
On TNT. So that was where his ties were, because there was a lot of friction on the WWE side because he showed up in AEW.
That's right.
But he showed up because he was working with TNT, and they an appearance there. But
that's right. I thought he did.
Yeah, he did dive off the top rope.
Yep. So, and Snoop's so lanky, man.
But what gets me is, I thought for sure the way that the promo with Jade a couple weeks ago with Bow Wow, it made sense for them to bring Mercedes in that way, because Snoop gave Bow Wow his name.
Yep.
Snoop is Sasha's uncle or cousin.
It still can go that way.
So it still can, but now they announced like the January, the week after at the Dynamite after Wrestle Kingdom, they're doing Saraya and a mystery opponent versus Britt and Jamie Hayter. And
so one thing I'll give it to All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan. If they're doing something intentionally to make it seem like something's going to happen that the fans want to happen, they've pretty much delivered, I think. I think we can all agree, like from like when they were dropping little hints that somebody was coming back, or I don't remember what they were doing, but in the promos they were wearing something that signaled to somebody, and they've delivered on all fronts. So I think they're going to deliver Sasha. I think they've already.
That was definitely Punk.
That was CM Punk. Yeah.
Yes.
Omega wore the Cookie Monster shirt.
Yes.
There was a lot of little things that were tied to.
Yeah. So I think if they're gonna start teasing something, the money thing on Jade immediately gave it away to me that night. I texted it to y'all. I was like, "Do you see what she's wearing? Yeah. She's wearing money." And that was how ironic that Sasha trademarked all those words with the word money in it. They're already teasing it. Now we just gotta see if they can deliver it.
So right now for Dynamite,
stop, Brett. I disagree. Stop.
Right now for Dynamite, you have winner takes all for the AEW.
Brett, acknowledge Brett before I go off on him.
You know what? If Jay drops someone, it deserves to be Sasha. I hate to break it to you, Brett, but
Jade has gotten really good.
Hey, just because you don't like Sasha, Brett, doesn't mean that Sasha can't go. You don't like Sasha because of her personality and because of how she acts outside the ring. Inside the ring,
I don't think she's touchable.
The woman's legit.
She's vanilla AF.
You talking about Braid? Yeah,
that'd be
Brett,
Saraya.
You talking about Jade? Yeah, you're right. Anyways, AEW Dynamite winner is coming Wednesday night, 8/7 Central on TBS. Right now, you have House of Black returning to action. They will be facing some opponent that haven't announced it yet. You got Ruby Soho versus Ty Mello. You've got best of 7 series match 4 with the Elite versus Death Triangle.
Which, by the way, has gone completely opposite how we thought it was going to go, but that's okay.
Death Triangle's up 2-1. Right now, you also have the winner takes all for the AEW and World Championship and Dynamite ring. And we also found out that Chris Jericho is supposed to have a match.
Caprice.
I hope it's Caprice Coleman.
For the love of God, Caprice Coleman, please.
And this right here, article I'm looking at,
God, the world is going to see who Caprice Coleman is. That's what I'm excited for.
Looks like Jamie Hayter is going to be facing Sheeta for the women's.
Holy Sheeta.
Yep. House of Black.
I like
Open
Sheeta.
Challenge. I do too. I've always liked Kairi Sheeta. But
House of Black's in a match. They're supposed to be in a match.
Yep.
They didn't announce who though.
Haven't announced.
It's gonna be some squash. So they're gonna obliterate somebody. 3 guys. Some locals. Where are they at?
I'm not sure.
San Antonio, I think. Somewhere in Texas. They're definitely in Texas.
Arlington? You still in Arlington? But that's what Winter is Coming is looking like.
It's gonna be a good show.
And who knows? They could have a Jade segment again. We don't know. But what else we got? Oh well,
I was like, we missing the big news from this past week.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
The Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
The Ring of Honor pay-per-view was amazing.
And which I did not get a chance to watch the pay-per-view. I know the results, and I was messaging you guys, so I kind of know what
I heard. It was
some
phenomenal.
feedback of the pay-per-view, but the big news was that after the show they did announce that Ring of Honor TV was going to be exclusive on
Honor Club.
HonorClub.com, along with all the Ring of Honor library. Which
Honor Club is a OG Ring of Honor thing. I think it's awesome.
$10 a month.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get it from the faithful.
So,
go ahead.
So I definitely, so when I saw the news, I was super disappointed just because it felt underwhelming compared to what I was hoping for. I'll pay the $10, and I wasn't a big indie guy, so there's like pretty much their whole tape library I haven't seen other than maybe a few matches. So I'm actually looking forward to going back and watching some of them, especially I've never seen All In, and
that'll be on there. Right?
I went and looked. It was already. I went and looked at the show, like the listing. It was already on. It was listed.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, I gotta go watch that. So I'll pay for it. The only thing, my issue with it, I guess, is that, like you said, the faithful. I can definitely see paying $10 for the library and being able to watch TV weekly. I just don't know how many new fans they're going to get at all.
Yeah.
If they're limiting how much Ring of Honor is going to be on AEW TV, which is a smart move. I don't think you need to have. I mean, if you have their own brand, it needs to be other than special moments here or there. But I just don't know how much how is that going to increase brand awareness?
Are they going to do weekly TV on the Honor Club?
Yeah, they said that they would announce more details in January.
I'm just thinking AEW's recording format when we went to their shows. I'm like, oh my God, how are they going to do it? Like, is it going to be a separate day a week?
But I mean, they have something with Universal because they're doing Universal this weekend.
It's like the old Impact thing, what Impact used to do.
They're doing 2 different 3 or 4 hour slots on the 17th.
A lot of wrestling's about to come our way, though.
And I mean, they could always. I mean, they wouldn't even. I mean, they were partnering with Universal, but they wouldn't even have to have. Like, if they just needed a venue, I mean, they have a permanent venue.
Daly's Place would be perfect.
Yeah,
all the time.
What is it, about 2,000 people? I mean, they won't even fill that out. I mean, they won't even fill it.
I think they would.
I don't know.
Well, let's go over the Final Battle card real quick. You had the pre-show, 0 hour, as they call it. You had Cobb defeated Dorado, JAS defeated Isman Cheeseburger, Nightingale defeated Adora, and Top Flight defeated the Kingdom. Moving on to the
that Jeff Cobb match was no joke, by the way.
Yeah.
What was the name of the guy who was wrestling?
It said Dorado.
Yeah, it
Was it Lindsay?
Mascara.
No, was it?
Yeah, mascara.
Yeah, it was. Just from what I saw of it, because I wasn't able to watch the whole thing, but that whole match I was able to see, and it was just like, that's how they opened the show, the 0 hour show, and it was just a contrast of styles, man. Big muscle guy and a fast luchador. It was unbelievable. Really good, well done.
So, kicking off the main show, you had Roosh and Jalisco versus Blake Christian and AR Fox. AR Fox and Blake Christian with the win.
AR Fox looks good.
AR Fox looks really good. You then had the Ring of Honor Women's Championship between Mercedes Martinez and Athena. Athena gets the win, becomes your new Ring of Honor Women's Champion. I thought it was a great move. I thought it was the right move.
I think so too.
I've been waiting for Athena to get a title on her. I think she's a good fit to kind of ring, like for a better word, ring in this new era of the Ring of Honor.
Absolutely.
You then had Shane Taylor Promotions versus Swerve in Our Glory.
That's one I want to go back and watch. I heard it was good.
That was a great match. And not to be too punny again, but you had a Swerve in a match where Swerve himself walks out on Keith Lee. Keith Lee gets the win, finishes the match himself, gets the win.
That's what I thought was going to happen a couple weeks ago. Remember we were watching that one match? Yeah, that was well done.
For a moment, you thought he was about to spirit bomb Shane Taylor, and I was going to jump out of my seat if he did that.
Shane is huge.
He's a monster.
I didn't realize how big he was.
So you then have the 6-man tag title match with Dalton Castle and the Boys versus the Embassy. Embassy gets the win here, becomes your new 6-man tag team champion. Again, I feel like it was the correct move. I know a lot of people like Dalton Castle, but for me, nothing really with Dalton Castle and the Boys is appealing to me. The Embassy, you've got Brian Cage, you've got Khan, and you've got Toa Leona. And they are all just, monsters. So, you then have the Ring of Honor Pure Championship.
Oh, yeah.
With Daniel Garcia and, as Ethan Case calls them, Utes. Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta becomes your 2-time Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
You got Johnathan cracking cans down there.
I actually love the sound of a can cracking open.
Open up a can.
Man, and I tell you, you thought for a moment that
oh, hell yeah.
you thought there was a good chance that
You're about to hear another one.
What's her name was that Garcia was gonna just nice, Brett. Poppin' tops.
It's a new segment.
Poppin' tops. That could be a new segment. Very nice, Brett.
We're gonna have to pay Brett royalties.
Yeah. Man, Garcia was in charge the whole match, and Wheeler gets the win by just elbowing him in his face until he knocks him out.
What?
I said that was the one that I picked out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Here, I'll switch.
Let me try this one first.
Then, easily the match of the night, in my opinion. FTR versus the Briscoes 3 for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship and a dual dog collar match.
Walk us through that match, Elliot, because you said it was really good and you watched the whole thing, didn't you?
Dude.
It looked brutal.
It was in my opinion, it's the best of the 3 matches they've had.
Okay.
One of them, I thought they said Dax lost a tooth like within the first couple minutes of the match.
All right.
They were hitting hard.
Nice. Well, I don't think I've ever seen a dog collar match that wasn't brutal. Thinking back all the matches we've seen, but I'm interested to see it.
That's the one I'm looking forward to the most, going back and watching.
And I'm excited because, well, I'm excited and disappointed because I think my gut is telling me this is the beginning of the end of FTR. I think they're on their way, done with mainstream wrestling. I do think that's true. On TV, they might do I think they're going to do the Japan stuff and maybe some indie stuff, but I don't know, man. I think to usher in the new Ring of Honor, I think the Briscoes. I mean, they are Ring of Honor.
17-time tag team champions.
Yeah, when I think of Ring of Honor tag teams, the Briscoes are number one always. So I think that's going to be. I wish, Brett.
Do you think
if you pick up the tab for me?
Speaking of the Briscoes, do you think Ring of Honor, like weekly TV being on the Honor Club, I mean, we knew the Briscoes had signed with Ring of Honor, like Tony's Ring of Honor, but that Warner Discovery didn't want the Briscoes on TV. So,
right.
I mean, not that that's why they're on the Honor Club instead of their own weekly TV show, like on a network TV, but it is definitely a way around it.
Oh yeah, and Tony is a genius, like an evil madman. Like this is like it's impeccable what he's doing. Now, I think there's gonna be a day where you see the Briscoes on AEW TV. I think that's inevitable. I think that pop is gonna be that pop is gonna be insane. I think it's gonna happen. I mean.
I think what you have here is
sounds like gin and juice.
One thing that I noticed that FTR, they didn't tap out, they didn't get pinned.
Yeah,
he
choked out, right?
It was
pass out,
Austin-esque, Bret and Austin-esque.
Which FTR loves Bret Hart, so I mean it makes sense.
Perfect finish. And what you have there is you have Dax bloody as all get out.
Were they all bloody? Because I saw blood everywhere.
Being choked out with a chain by Jay.
Yeah.
Across his mouth, if I remember correctly. Passes out.
It's a good finish.
It doesn't make just like Austin. Man, FTR to me is the Steve Austin of tag teams.
Yeah, I think FTR is the greatest tag team in the world.
But yeah, so you have
Claudio and Jericho.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is you have the Butt Boys.
Yeah, the Gun Club.
Yep, they come out. At the end of the match, Briscoes walk out. They come in. They attack FTR. They've been trying to build up to that anyways. Briscoes come back out, run the Gun Club off and stuff. And
what titles the FTR still hold? AAA?
AAA.
I'm going to drop them soon.
And New Japan.
Okay. We'll drop them at Wrestle Kingdom.
They're just giving FTR something to do until Punk comes back for the trios match against the Elite.
He's gone, Johnathan.
Best of 15.
He's gone and he's not coming back, Johnathan. He's gone.
He's back. He's going to
He's
come back.
not coming back. The sooner you come to the realization, the better we're all going to be. What do you think, Brett? Who else is in there? Brett, Sean.
All right,
while we keep going, we'll ask you, is CM Punk coming back?
Yeah. So next match, you have Ring of Honor TV title with Samoa Joe versus Juice Robinson.
Oh, Juice is my dog.
Samoa Joe gets the win.
Poor guy.
On that. And it was a decent match.
Did Juice look good, though?
He looked all right.
Oh, I hate that.
He looked all right. Yeah, I mean, I there were some spots that you could say that they hadn't worked together much on. But other than that, they
I just flipped off my TV, Brett.
Thank you, Brett.
Other than that, I thought it looked pretty good. It wasn't bad. But final match, main event, Ring of Honor World Championship, Chris Jericho, the Ocho, Ring of Jericho champion, versus Claudio Castagnoli. During the match, you saw Chris Jericho run Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman away from the announcer's table. So there was like a easily 3-minute window where there was no announcing at all, because Riccaboni and Coleman had been ran away from the announce table. End up making it back. JS tries to interfere. They bring out Floyd the bat. Claudio does get hit with Floyd, but he kicks out. And what you end up getting is Claudio Castagnoli with the win.
But how he won.
With the big swing.
20?
Over 30. Over 30 swings. After 30, you then see Chris Jericho tapping out.
Shoot, man.
Taps out to the big swing.
After 5. That's me.
So, new Ring of Honor champion, 2-time Ring of Honor champion, Claudio Castagnoli.
Which, to usher in the new Ring of Honor, I think it's fitting, right? Jericho, again, I think, helped put the new Ring of Honor on the map. But I think to start their episodic, I think it's only fitting. Claudio is perfect.
Now, do you think Jericho having the belt and all the stuff they did with Ring of Honor, do you think it was trying to shiny it up for a network TV deal, and then when it didn't happen, they were just like, okay,
we all said that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but it didn't happen. I mean, I wouldn't consider Honor Club. Well, it's definitely not on network TV.
Well,
so
we don't know what's coming in January.
Yeah, I mean, there could be more. I mean, that's just.
Somebody said the way Tony Khan.
So I read, that it was announced. Then I read that just the way it was worded, there was more details to come in January. I went back and actually watched the post scrum media scrum, and he definitely was talking about Honor, more details about when it was going to be, what day of the week and stuff was coming in January, not that it was going to be somewhere else. It's definitely, I think, just going to be on Honor Club.
Okay. We'll see what happens. I think they have a good opportunity to make it appealing to network now.
Well, I was going to say, there's always that chance where it's on there 3 months, and then it's like, oh, well, we got more subscribers than what I thought we were going to have. Let's put it on TV.
Yep. Yeah, Brett, that'd be pretty cool if they could get the re-airs of Ring of Honor on a Friday night or something.
On Fox.
Yeah.
He says on Fox.
I mean, they could definitely re-air it after Rampage. I mean, Rampage comes on from 10 to 11, 11 to 12. I mean,
yeah. Yep. Definitely. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'd be behind that personally. They could air it like that on TNT. That'd be pretty cool. Well, guys, we're going to take a quick break just to get a chance to hear from our sponsors, and we'll come back in about 60 seconds. So stick with us, and we'll be right back. Well, possibly.
I was like, are we going to break?
No.
What's happening here?
Yeah, we got some stuff. Have some technical difficulties.
Right and now. We're back.
Let's see here. Oh, man. Gotta love the internet.
Oh, you gonna blame it on my internet?
No, I'm saying you gotta love the internet.
Oh. I took that as a shot.
Sounded like one to me.
Speaking of shot, let's pour something.
Oh, gosh. Well, we'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and get through this. It's just not going to be the way I wanted it. Guys, none of this would be possible without our sponsors. We'd like to thank Day Soul Coffee Lab out of Birmingham, Alabama. Y'all know I consider myself a coffee connoisseur. I absolutely love coffee, and I have found what I believe to be the absolute best coffee out there. With Day Soul Coffee Lab, you can be sure to get coffee that's super smooth and always fresh roasted. Some of the best, if not the best, coffee you'll ever drink. So swing on over to daysoulcoffeelab.co and use promo code LOWDOWN to get 10% off your order. They even have a subscription option where they'll deliver coffee directly to you every month. Guys, it's a no-brainer. If you're going to drink coffee, you might as well make it great coffee. So head on over to the website, get your pick out your favorite roast, get it delivered straight to your door, and enjoy that freshly roasted coffee.
I thought you were about to say chestnuts.
Chestnuts roasting.
Yeah,
on open fire.
don't worry, I wasn't. So
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Sorry,
very nice.
That
shade.
didn't sound that bad.
I was trying to be Elliot for a minute. I failed. Getting there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it, Shane.
I've heard you sing before. I actually have video footage of you singing.
Shh.
Really?
Shh.
I do.
Shh. Stop it. Are we going to commercial? If not, let's just go to the next segment.
Singing some Johnny Cash.
Oh.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere.
Oh, God. That was my drunken stupor.
Oh man, let's
Let's not bring that up again. Good. Fair. Glad we agree.
Oh man. So,
Where the frig were we? Myrtle Beach.
well, hold on.
Myrtle Beach.
I got something for you guys.
What?
The three best friends that anybody could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're the three best friends that anyone can have. And we'll never, ever, 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 ever leave each other.
That leads right into our next segment.
You were waiting to play that. I think we need a better popping chord sound. That sounds like
I felt like I was
a
in the
kettle.
machine.
it's like a kettle. Can I be Chow?
So,
Well, hopefully you're not. Well, never mind. I'm not. No, I'm not gonna go. There's no good way that could have came out. So, go ahead, Elliot.
nah, man, we
No. Oh, yeah.
we did something together as three best friends that anybody could have.
We did.
But I don't know who.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it.
First time that
We
we've done
we-
it since we've all been doing since I've been on the podcast.
I think we need to do that more often.
I agree. As long as we don't have to
glad
do it
we
at 12 o'clock.
I was just I'm glad we were able to make it work
Glad Elliot was able to
with
skip
everybody's
work.
schedule.
So tell them what we did, Elliot, and we'll talk about it because we have not talked about it since.
So we all decided to go to a 12:10 show on today, and we saw what could easily be the absolute best Christmas movie out there, Violent Night.
Maybe this year's Christmas movie.
I was gonna say, but yeah, go ahead, Johnathan. I'm gonna let you start it.
So I really enjoyed it. My biggest takeaway, for sure, was that
Don't F with Santa.
besides that, I definitely don't think anybody else. I don't think it would have been the same movie if anybody, but Hopper would have played.
David Harbour.
Yeah, would have played Santa.
David
It just wouldn't have worked with anybody else. Like I heard, like the whole movie, he just fit the part so perfect because of the character. I mean, like he looks like a good Santa, and then the fact that he was,
according to the movie, Santa.
and he did. He actually called himself Santee in the movie.
They call himself Santa.
Yeah.
And I ho ho ho.
that prick.
Copyright infringement, but no, I mean like the character he played, it just fit him as an actor so well, the type of Santa he played. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was definitely in the trailer it mentions Die Hard meets Home Alone, and I definitely got that vibe. I mean, you get the Die Hard vibe from them taking over the house and the villain aspect, but then you also, especially towards the end, you definitely get Home Alone vibes. I mean, even some of
All the traps.
the booby traps were like almost identical to what Home Alone had. But they even mentioned in the movie that was their inspiration. So
Yeah. I mean, she, the little girl in the movie, like you said, mentions that she watched Home Alone for the first time and she loved the booby traps. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I think this movie was made by David Harbour and John Leguizamo, John
Leguizamo was great.
He was hilarious. He's funny in everything, but it was a little different setting. I think seeing him in this role.
The three wise men presented him with gifts of frankincense, myrrh, and cold hard cash.
I think in another underrated supporting role was Brendan Fletcher as Krampus. I think his character was awesome.
Was that him?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's from all the Rampage movies. So he played Bill Williamson in all the Rampage movies. I just think those three made the whole movie.
I like when there's a scene where John's character's watching Santa on the screen, and they're like, "I think he's the real Santa." And he goes, "He looks like a holly jolly effer."
He was funny, man.
Bah humbug, mother effer. He said that.
So that was
Time for season.
That was a
meetings.
knock on Die Hard.
yes, for sure. There was a lot of. I mean, when they released the tagline "Die Hard meets Home Alone," like it's legitimately that. That's if I didn't even know that, and I saw that movie, that's how I described the movie. Die Hard meets Home Alone. It's exactly what it was. It was awesome.
One thing,
Some
Leguizamo-
brutal kills in the movie. Some brutal killing.
Not one for kids.
No. Elliot, can Asher see that movie?
No.
The Asher scale.
I'd probably let Trevor watch it, but he's older. I mean, he's older. He's at that age, but it was.
He's
it
a
was pretty
teenager,
violent.
not 9. Johnathan.
Well, I know. I'm saying.
So I'm reading some of these quotes. As I'm reading the quotes, I'm remembering the movie. Scrooge, which is John Leguizamo, says, "Who the heck are you really? Some security guard who's watched too many action flicks, or a loser ex-cop stuck in a mall playing dress up with fat kids pissing on your lap? Stop me when I get it right." And Santa's like, "It's a little more complicated than that." He said, "Not to me, it's not, because I'm going to make it my personal mission, my holiday to-do list, to find you and to end you." And Santa says, "That is a terrible thing to want for Christmas."
And know what's funny is,
That is a terrible thing to want.
I went in there just seeing the trailer, the one or two trailers, but I didn't realize the whole time that David Harbour was playing the real Santa. Like, I didn't know that. I don't think I gathered that from the trailer. So we got 10 minutes in the movie. I looked at you guys. I'm like, is he the real Santa? And you're like, yes. I didn't know. So I thought that was a cool detail, and it made it more special. I definitely could see that being like a yearly Christmas movie I watch. I think it was that good. It's not going to win any Oscars, folks, but it was just a fun movie. Better than another one I saw.
My favorite. We'll get to that.
Oh, Jesus.
My favorite part of the movie was probably little girl Trudy was talking to Santa over the radio.
Yes.
And she says, "I'm in a big room with all my relatives. There's two bad men with guns watching us." Santa says, "I'm going to get you out of there. I'm going to put those bad men on my naughty list. I'm going to take a lump of coal to each and every one of them and shove it straight up." And Trudy says, he says, "Well, come on, sweetie. We want to keep you on the nice list, you know." She says, "Sorry, can I say butthole then?" He says, "I mean, that's borderline." Then she says, "What about anus?" He's like, "I mean, well, technically that's correct."
It was just witty. It was a witty movie. Again, not going to win any awards by any means, but I think it was well done.
IMDb rating. Go.
Oh. 7.2.
I'm going to say they're probably going to rate it like a 6.3.
No, it's got to be a 7. 7.2, 7.3,
7-1.
7.1.
Which was higher than I thought. I was thinking maybe not 6.2, but I was thinking in the sixes somewhere.
Well, you got to think IMDb rating is fan rating only. So I mean, the fans are going to like that movie. I mean, I think any casual moviegoer needs to see Violent Night. I think it was.
If you like Christmas movies and you like
Die Hard
and like action movies, if you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then Violent Night is for you.
Absolutely agree.
Touche. What else?
So
I was like, Shane saw another Christmas movie.
Oh my God, folks, y'all! I literally, as soon as I saw this movie, I sent a message. I said, "Please pour me a tall glass of bleach and let me drink it. Let me slice my wrist a long way." It was that bad. So I went and saw The Mean One. Okay.
You were a mean one for not sending an invite.
Trust me, it's a blessing. If you went and saw this movie,
you're welcome.
you never would have allowed me to see another movie with you again.
It was that bad.
It was Johnathan, you're probably gonna watch it. I haven't looked up any ratings on it because I can't even fathom Googling this movie. But folks, the mean one. So red flag number one. It's not called it doesn't have the Grinch in the title, right? Red flag number one. Now, you go to the film. This movie was obviously recorded with a iPhone 7.
It was B-roll the whole time.
Oh, it was horrible. And the acting was well done by the guy that played the mean one, aka the Grinch.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell us, Brett.
Brett makes me crack. Yeah. Okay. So it's a insert bunch of cuss words. It's bad if it's a 4.4, folks. All right. Man. Well, good. I'm lining well with IMDb. So the guy that played the mean one is the same guy that did the clown in the Terrifier movies. You know, the one with Jericho and, that face in the movie, Terrifier the clown. You Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's the same guy. He did a well done job considering the minimal appearances on TV or in the movie he had.
It's all good, bro.
So, okay. So there's a scene. I'm going to just name a couple scenes. So there's this local drunk that is describing to the main protagonist of the movie about the mean one. And he goes to tell her the name of the character. Like he says, she's like, what's his name? And he's like, oh, it's like he says the word, like and then all of a sudden it flips to the bartender, and the bartender yells, Finch! I got a drink order for Finch! Like, come on, really? Like they can't say the word Grinch. And then this other character's his last name was Zeus, and he was a doctor, ironically. And the guy goes, hey, Dr. Zeus! Like, it was, like, you've heard of B movies? This was a D movie. But
if that would have happened in WWE, we would have said, oh, that was creative.
No, we wouldn't. If that would have happened in WWE, we'd be like, oh, Vince is back. That's what we would have said.
Well, he is the mean one.
It was bad. I've watched a lot of movies, man. Did you catch anything recent?
No, I haven't.
Some Hallmark.
I'll
Christmas,
tell you what.
Christmas
I'll tell you what I've started.
Christmas? Stop. Okay, he's out. We don't. Thank you, Elliot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I've started watching, and I've finished all but like 25, 30 minutes of it.
Okay.
Happy Gilmore.
Good for you. And it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been laughing a lot.
Thank you, sir. I'm so proud.
Somebody-
Drew Adler would be proud. Chris Wiggins.
It's made of wood. It's basically indestructible. It gets run over by a truck.
Now that Elliot's seen it, boy, you can talk about it, and you know it's funny.
I was going to say, somebody knew the assignment, but he hasn't finished it yet because we all gave each other movies to watch. And I asked Shane earlier, I was like, hey, did you get a chance to watch Bad Boys yet? Because I felt bad because I haven't watched Soul Men yet. And he was like, no, I haven't had time. And I was like, okay, well, I don't feel so bad.
I understood the assignment.
I went and saw, on the flight to Jamaica and on the flight back, I watched two movies. Troll is a new Netflix original. It's a Nordic movie.
Maybe a kids movie? Oh.
No, it's like made in like Scandinavia or Norwegian or some Nordic country, and it's definitely not in English, but they can dub it in English and you can play the English subtitles. And it's one of the first movies I've ever watched with subtitles in a foreign language. And I really enjoyed it. The IMDb movie rating was brutal on it.
And Inglourious Basterds was like that.
That was in English, wasn't it?
The majority of it was in German.
It's Brad Pitt.
I know, which really blew my mind.
He's sprechen Sie Deutsch? Sprechen Sie Dick.
Oh, my God.
What movie's that? That's Step Brothers. Sprechen Sie Dick.
No, the majority of the movie was in
and I don't know, Brett.
because you had Hitler and all that.
I'm questioning myself, Brett.
Or the Fuhrer.
The Fuhrer.
Pictured the guy from
or if you're yay, he's a great person. Yeah.
from Just Go With It, with Adam Sandler, his friend saying that.
Well,
The one that was like the goat herder or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Just Go With It.
I only know Brooklyn Decker. Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
That's all I know from that movie.
But he's got these big, thick glasses on. It's the same guy that's in Click that he wakes up and he's like jumping on the bed. And
That funny guy. Yeah.
But he plays like he's got like a German accent or whatever. But that's what it sounded like. Something he would say.
Hey, Brennan, Spreckensy dick.
What was the other one you said you'd seen?
An older movie, Gerard Butler. So Gerard Butler is the same in every action movie he's in. But it was called Hunter Killer, which I would recommend for anybody. He was essentially, what are you opening up over there, buddy? What? You can't that. But it was essentially about a submarine that was torpedoed, American submarine, and it's Russia United States propaganda movie is what it is. And I just think it was incredibly well done. So I definitely recommend the movie Hunter Killer for anybody.
I'm trying to make no noise, and I'm making the most noise possible.
Each time I hear you open that bag, I got to speak louder. But oh my God, what are you doing?
I'm trying.
What is this? I was
hungry.
What is that?
Bro, that is like a chocolate chip sprinkle cookie.
What?
It's
Okay.
half and half.
All right. My mind just got blown. So definitely recommend Hunter Killer.
Brett asks why the heck would you spend money on the main one after watching the trailer?
I don't know, Brett. Why do we spend money on pro wrestling? It looked entertaining. That's all. It just looked entertaining.
That's funny.
Are you going to share?
Powerful.
No, he's not. No.
No. It looked entertaining, Brett. Kinda. Yeah, but it was not. In no way, shape, or form.
In other entertainment news, we saw earlier Netflix is going to be releasing a series in which you can watch in any way, shape, or form, any order.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope.
Interesting. So let's not.
That will still provide a story in order.
It's like 8 episodes, right? And each episode's a color, name of a color, pink, green, blue, orange, whatever. And it says you can watch it in any order, no matter which episode you start with, which episode you finish with. They said either way, the end result is going to make sense. So I thought that's kind of cool. Definitely, as you know, we alluded to in the group chat, it's definitely a mind F. Sounds like an Inception thing to me.
Yeah,
sounds like a DiCaprio move.
I said, well, you might as well go ahead and call it the Mandela effect because everyone's going to be remembering something that never happened.
Yeah, I think it's intriguing. So, for the most part, I would say I think Netflix's original content is very good.
Oh yeah,
most of it I think is very good. So I'm definitely interested to see what they do. The Kaleidoscope.
To me, it definitely sounds like, say, 8 characters and all happening at one time.
Points of view.
Depending on which episode you watch. So, like, whatever color you watch first, things that happen in that episode probably stick in your mind the most. So there might be, in somebody else's, the second episode you watch, in somebody else's point of view, there might be something said where it was like, oh, I remember that from the first episode, or I remember him doing that.
It is the Mandela
first episode.
effect.
So it would be
It's exactly what it is.
an experiment.
It's a mind control thing. That's what it is. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I'm definitely looking forward to what's called The Kaleidoscope coming out on Netflix. What Q1, Elliot? January?
I think so.
All right.
We want to do a little IMDb
Oh yeah. Okay.
section real quick.
Hit me with it. Tell everybody what the segment is, Johnathan. Let's go.
So Shane has a somewhat debatable scale nowadays of 6.0 or higher on IMDb. He says he'll enjoy the movie if it's below 6. He's not a fan. So
Well, we debunked that though. What movie was it? It was Too Fast and Furious. That's below 6, and that's.
But we so we just go over a few movies each week. I'd say the movie title. Shane tries to guess, like what his rating is, and see if he's within half a point of what IMDb's rating is, and then we just kind of discuss the movie a little bit briefly. Like what we enjoyed about it, what sticks out the most. So the first movie is a movie that we've talked about before.
So I've seen it.
So you have seen it. I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast before. Actually, we talked about it on this episode already. But we didn't do the rating yet, so I just want to see what you guess. So,
Happy Gilmore.
Well, no, we did Happy Gilmore, but Step Brothers.
6.7 sticks out in my head.
6.9, so within half.
Okay, so it just sticks out in my head. Step Brothers, I think, is probably one of Will Ferrell's best movies as a whole. I mean, there's several that I like, right? But there's a difference between just liking something because it's funny and then liking something because it's funny and actually good. I definitely think him and John C. Reilly have unmatched chemistry in their films. And Step Brothers, I mean, you just think of all the lines and the different scenes in the movie and, the Walker and Texas Ranger. The only thing you ever did was make a smoking hot daughter. That whole scene. No, that's Talladega Nights. guys, let's back up here.
I mean,
I'm
it's
pissed.
the two same actors.
Yeah. But Step Brothers,
different movie.
So the part where he's burying him, and he's like, "What are you doing? Burying you?" Just the one-liners was funny. The brother was hilarious in the movie.
last week I put liquid paper on a bee, and it died. Brennan says that.
Brendan Huff. When
you fall asleep, I'm gonna punch you square in the face.
Yeah. I'm gonna fill my pillowcase full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
I've been called the songbird of my generation.
And then this one was good.
One time I wrestled a giraffe to the ground with my bare hands.
Do we just become best friends?
Yep.
Want to go out in the garage and do what do you say, karate?
This is gonna sound weird, but for a second, I think you took on the shape of a unicorn.
All I just picture is Jesus with his angel band.
Your voice is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Boats and hose.
Yep. Who's driving my boat? Yeah. The boat wrecks. Well, Mr. Doback, what'd you do we at least have your support? What'd you think of it? You wrecked my boat, you goon. that whole scene. I mean, yeah, so 6.7, so 6.9 is a true IMDb rating. I'm there. I agree.
All right. Movie number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Something else we kind of talked about.
Okay.
Very briefly. We alluded to it a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Die Hard.
Oh, the original?
Yep.
That's yippee-ki-yay. That's a 7.3.
Elliot?
8. It might be. I might be off.
You are way off.
Yep.
That's probably your biggest off so far. 8.2.
Well, my original rating was a point, so we since changed it to a half a point each way. Yeah, and that's not even my favorite one of this series, which is crazy. My favorite one was the one with Samuel Jackson, Die Hard with a Vengeance. I bet you if you look that up, the rating on Die Hard with a Vengeance is probably below a 7.
So Die Hard 2, 7.1.
Okay,
Die Hard with a Vengeance, 7.6.
Oh.
Live Free or Die Hard,
No.
7.1.
Yeah. So they're all good.
Listen, one of my favorite things with Samuel Jackson it's about Samuel Jackson, not even with Samuel Jackson. It's by Dave Chappelle. Good old Samuel Jackson. It'll get you drunk.
I think Samuel Jackson is probably one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood.
Now, the last Die Hard, A Good Day to Die Hard, was only 5.2.
That was trash.
It was.
But Die Hard with a Vengeance is probably my favorite. But the original Die Hard, I mean, the one that sets it off, I mean, the way they tie it all together is really good.
Christmas movie? Yeah,
yes.
nay.
Oh, yeah. For sure. You can't disagree with that. Nobody can disagree with that. It's definitely a Christmas movie. I mean, is Violent Night a Christmas movie?
Yeah, what makes something a Christmas movie? The time it's set or the theme of it?
Either. I really think either.
Because that's most people's argument is like, hey, it's not a Christmas movie because it has nothing to do with Christmas. And
Well, there's references.
everyone else's argument is it's supposed to be like during the Christmas season. Of course it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's got references. Yeah, so I mean, what did I say, 7.2? 7.3? And it was 8.2, so I was pointing out. I was 0.9 off. So that's pretty substantial. But either way, definitely a good movie in my book.
Yeah, I actually do enjoy the fourth one, the Live Free or Die Hard.
Gremlins is a good one, Brett. I'll give you that.
With Justin Long.
Gremlins is the best Christmas movie.
I don't know about that.
That's too much.
Home Alone. It's hard. To beat.
So
Home Alone 2
so I was
my
gonna
favorite.
ask. I got some movie Christmas questions after we get done
movie
with the
Christmas questions.
Christmas movie questions, whatever.
No
After
more
we
for
get done
him.
with the IMDb part. So 3 more IMDb movies real quick.
This extended segment. All right.
Child's Play.
The first one.
Yes.
It's so cheesy, but it's good. 6, 7.
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
6.6.
Woo! That's not bad.
Yeah.
So cheesy, but good. You got to think it's 80s movie, right? There's only so much you can do in the 80s.
Buddy. Isn't it the kid's name Buddy?
Andy, the kid?
No. I know it's a like they call him Chucky, but doesn't he have a different name
Like
for
Buddy
the
Doll.
Buddy,
Yeah.
Buddy Doll.
Good guy doll. But his name was, I think the name was Buddy. But yeah. So, Brad Dourif is one of my favorite actors. I think he has probably the most. If you hear his voice, one of the most unique voices in Hollywood, and he really brought that whole character to life, and to see what it spawned. And he's played pretty much all of them, with the exception of two of these movies that came out. And there's a reason they brought him back and Don Mancini back to the Chucky reboot on Sci-Fi
Series?
which is absolutely amazing. I'm now getting back into that and wondering why I ever stopped watching it. Yeah. So I think Child's Play was really good. My favorite Child's Play movie was Bride of Chucky, which was about where they started to become really, really cheesy. But there's just a lot of lines in that movie that were really funny. But yeah, I like the original Child's Play. Brett says 6.2. What did I say? 6.7. I know 6.6, right? I said 6.6 and a 6.7.
Yeah.
So I was 0.1. I'm there. See that, Brett? That's why this is my segment, not yours.
All right. Con Air.
Oh, one of my favorite movies of all time. That's Pro 7. That's definitely above a 7. I would say I'd give it a solid 7.4. And what is that?
What's your guess?
Have you seen Con Air?
Yeah, I've seen Con Air.
Okay,
I would say probably.
I might be off. I'm gonna stick with 7. I'm gonna
say
stick
6.7.
6.9.
Oh, 0.5. Yeah. So, dude, think of all the actors in that movie. So you had Danny Trejo, who played Johnny 23. You had, of course, Trisha Poe. Trisha Poe was played by I can see her face.
Nicolas Cage.
No, that was Cameron Poe, was played by Nicolas Cage. You had Ving Rhames.
Monica Potter.
Monica Potter played Trisha Poe. Ving Rhames played Diamond Dog. You had Steve Buscemi, young Steve Buscemi, who played the weirdo.
What is The Rock?
Dave Chappelle's in it.
Dave Chappelle played Pinball.
What's The Rock rated?
Sean Connery?
Yeah.
That's up there.
That's got.
John Malkovich was in it.
John Malkovich was my favorite character in it. He played Cyrus the Virus. You gonna make friends with Cyrus the damn virus. There's just so many lines in that movie, man. John Malkovich is the best part of that movie, I think. There's a couple other supporting actors in that movie, but
My name is Sean Connery. Welcome to The Rock.
I think the soundtrack, if you remember that, How Do I was Leanne Rimes' version, was the main song of that movie, which was awesome. You had a great line from, they were playing Sweet Home Alabama in the plane.
Nick Cage with long hair just looked weird to me.
Well, Nick Cage with that accent was even worse, with his southern accent. But Steve Buscemi looks at him and goes, they're playing Sweet Home Alabama. He goes, define irony, a song made famous by a band that died in a plane crash. I mean, it was just a bunch of one-liners in that movie that really, really made that movie stick out. And I think it was way ahead of its time. But Con Air is something I could to me, that's like my Happy Gilmore to you. It's like, as far as all the lines and everything, we could do the whole movie. One of my favorites of all time.
So the other movie we'll skip till I'll wait till next week. So because Elliot brought up The Rock. So what do you think The Rock was?
Say 7'6".
I'm not even gonna guess it because I only saw it when I was like 7, so I don't even remember it.
7.4.
Hey, Elliot, there you go. What is it even about? I don't even.
So it's got a good cast too. So Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris.
I love Ed Harris.
I think a lot
David
of people.
Morse.
I think a lot of people get The Rock and Con Air confused.
Really? I don't even.
I mean, because those movies weren't far from each other for Nick Cage.
Tony Todd's in it.
That's Candyman. I love Tony Todd.
John C. McGinley. It's the guy from Scrubs.
What else we got?
No more movies?
No more IMDb stuff. We
F.
But
I was on a roll tonight, except that one.
well, I got some movies we're going to do this weekly, so
Okay, fair enough.
Can't go through everything at one time. But so we were talking about Christmas movies earlier, so I wanted to get everybody's
Opinion on Hallmark movies? They suck.
no,
Oh, okay.
they don't suck, but your like go-to Christmas movie, the movie you have to like, your favorite Christmas movie, and then like a very underrated Christmas movie. So 2 questions.
Okay. I already have mine.
Go ahead.
All right, my go-to is always Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2 is without a doubt. When I think Christmas, that's my movie. I'm at some point in the Christmas season going to watch Home Alone 2. My underrated movie is Ernest Saves Christmas. I think Ernest Saves Christmas is absolutely hilarious. I'm a big Jim Varney fan.
Ernest P. World.
I think Ernest is, God bless Jim Varney. I think Jim Varney was super talented. Not even, and if you look at how long he played Ernest P. Worrell, like people don't even realize that he played it for like 20 years. Through TV shows and through his movies. Thank you, Brett. Glad we agree. Yeah,
Don't forget he was the uncle in Beverly Hillbillies.
Yep, Jim Varney is so talented, and my favorite character in Toy Story, Slinky Dog. In the first 2, was Jim Varney. So, super talented guy. But Ernest Saves Christmas is my underrated film.
So I'll let Elliot go before I do mine, but I will say, so I love both the first and the second Home Alone.
Yeah.
But Home Alone 2, out of the 2, Home Alone 2 is definitely my favorite. I mean, it was something, I think as a kid, for me, it was different because, it was being from the South, like just the idea of being like stuck in New York and just everything that he did. I was like, man, it was like the coolest thing. That was what made me originally want to go visit New York, was Home Alone 2.
I think we can all agree with that.
What?
2 is better than 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, 3 was dumb. That's where Alex D. Leans came in. That stupid parrot and the Russians.
It's nowhere near as good as the first 2. I still enjoy it. I mean, like I watched it with Trevor. It's not as bad as you think. It actually had some
pretty bad.
I mean, young ScarJo.
God bless America.
Now it was 4 and after were
4,
really
5,
awful.
and 6 I haven't seen. But Home Alone 2, man, again, it's the one-liners for me. And it had the appearance of future president Donald Trump in the movie. I mean, how bad can it be? Jonathan's like, God dang it. No, but my favorite line in the movie is the part where like they're walking down the sidewalk, and it has his hand taped, and he sticks it in the Santa Claus jar. Hey, look, we're the sticky bandits. Oh, great, Marv. He's like, you're gonna make a living stealing money from a Santa Claus.
We always end up watching Santa Claus.
That's such a good one too. The first one,
all of them. We always end up watching all of them.
I like the first 2. What's the one with the second version of himself? Is that the second one? He's like a plastic version of himself.
First, the second one is plastic version of himself. Third one,
Jack Frost.
is Jack Frost.
Which was Martin Short.
Yep.
Okay. First 2 were awesome. First one's I think my favorite.
Yeah. Hands down. First one's the best one.
Today, my goodness, Scott, you look like you got stung by a bee. Yeah, a big bee. But
Tim Allen's a treasure, man. He is a treasure.
And honestly, so my Santa Claus beard and stuff is modeled directly after the Santa Claus Tim Allen's.
So here's a random question for movies. It just came to me. So, all right. Traditionally, the originals are always better than the sequel. Traditionally, most of the time. What movie spawned a sequel that is better than the original?
Home Alone. We've already talked about it.
You can't see. That's really, and that's debatable too. It's not that it was better than the first one. It's just that it was more enjoyable to us.
So what?
What movie spawned a sequel that is better than the original?
Bad Boys.
Yeah, I agree.
Elliot, you can't pick his. You got to pick your own.
Well, I said Home Alone.
You can't pick that one. We're just talking about it. Yeah, just something. So Bad Boys 2.
Top Gun.
Ooh,
I don't know.
they're so good.
But all right, so Home
Also,
Alone
40 years between
Santa
the
Claus
two.
is your one you watch every year. What's your underrated?
So I'm going to go old school claymation Rudolph.
As the underrated one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
See,
it's
I'm not
underrated
really a
for
fan
sure.
of the claymation ones for some reason.
That man.
Well,
No,
it's,
I mean,
it's
that-
definitely underrated.
That's something as even that could have easily been the one I watch every year. I watch that because that's the one I wanted to watch every year growing up as a kid.
So mine was the Flintstones Christmas. Flintstones Christmas was awesome.
And I used to get pissed because they'd put what I was thinking was going to be Rudolph, but no, it was a freaking Frosty the Snowman. Nobody wants to see Frosty. Frosty sucks.
Boy, Elliot, poor Frosty.
So, real quick, so Brett said Ninja Turtles talking about the sequel. So I do think Secret of the Ooze
that's a good one.
was better than the first one.
I have mine. Nobody said it yet.
So we'll go ahead, and then I'll do my Christmas movies.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 was better than the first one.
Oh my God, Terminator 2 was awesome. I just think
RoboCop 2 was better than the first one.
yeah.
But the Christmas movie I watch a lot of Christmas movies every year, but my go-to, the one that we watch Christmas Eve before we go to bed,
Let me guess.
as a family.
I'm gonna guess right now.
Okay.
It's Elf.
No.
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 Okay, I give up.
Sorry, your head.
Is the Santa Claus. So we watch that. Now I like the second one. The second one's okay. I'm not a fan of the third Santa Claus, but the first one is a classic. I mean, it's just
Way ahead
to
of its
me,
time.
it just
94, bro.
encompasses Christmas as far as like Santa, that whole thing. So we watch that every year. And I made a list of Christmas movies, and I asked Trevor, I was like, which one of these do you want to watch with me this year? And Santa Claus, he was like, no, we got to watch that Christmas Eve. So that's our tradition, is watching Santa Claus.
That ZZ Top scene gets me every time.
Christmas Eve. Underrated. So this one, it's not a very well-known movie, but there's a movie called Surviving Christmas with Ben. It's got Ben Affleck, Christina Applegate, James Gandolfini.
A lot of big names there.
The mom from Home Alone.
Okay,
Can't
Catherine
remember her
O'Hara.
name. Yeah, Catherine O'Hara. So, and it's got a lot of people in it, but to me, it is hilarious.
Okay. So, what about Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon?
I was getting to that. Nah.
Bro, that movie's hilarious.
Also, Fred Claus. Have you watched Fred Claus?
Oh my God, the Four Christmases where they're hanging the TV. Oh, and he rips the whole. Oh, terrible. The picture's horrible.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's a good one.
Well, what else? We're gonna take another quick break.
Did we ever take a break?
Yeah, well, we did. We did our
Nothing played.
Yeah, the music didn't work like we wanted to, but it's okay. That's all right. We're still gonna keep it rolling and everything.
We gotta thank our second sponsor at some point.
We do have to
Well, you might as well thank him now, Johnathan.
we're gonna take another
Shoot.
quick break and stuff, and let it roll. And Johnathan is gonna thank our next sponsor before we finish up.
Yeah, we just want to thank Revolution Nutrition, where community meets nutrition, located in Camden, South Carolina, right off in the heart of Dusty Bend. They offer healthy protein shakes, iced coffees, energizing herbal teas, aloe refreshers, kid-friendly drinks, and a positive vibe. And right now they're doing a 12 days of Christmas. So you go in there and get a scratch-off card, and every day if you go in and get their scratch off their daily daily spot, and by the tea of the day, you get entered into a raffle, and they're doing a bunch of giveaways every day.
I got mine today.
They gave away a free tea the other I think yesterday, and today they were raffling off a drink koozie, so a bunch of goodies. Giving back to the community a little bit.
I love Revolution.
What? So they go in there. What can they do?
Give the code lowdown for 10% off your tea.
And
Tell them the cool kid sent you.
it's actually 10% off your order. So no matter what you get those bowl of oats, 10% off, which I got today in a tea. 10%.
Did you try the Buddy Oats from last week?
No, I was in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know what the menu was.
Oh.
And I was, so I didn't realize how bad, I was tweaking. I didn't know, I haven't had no loaded tea the whole time in Jamaica, and I get there and I take that first sip and I just,
Did you have one today?
Yes, I just told you that.
What did you have?
The second, the hang on, let me pull up my card.
Polar ice? Or
Hang
not
on.
polar ice?
Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute. Yes, it was Polar Ice.
But there was polar ice, a different one. It's not the same one.
This is a new Polar Ice. I lost my card.
It had coconut in it.
Did you have it?
I did. I didn't. So I didn't.
Shit,
I haven't
man.
been asking what's in it this time. I've just been like, hey, I'm just going to order it and then just see if I like it or not. So yesterday was Jingle Juice.
Yeah.
Yesterday was good. I liked it. So today it was Polar Ice. I was like, all right, or Polar something. I got it. And then I got in the car. I drove 30 minutes before I even took a sip.
Oh.
I took that first sip, and all I got was coconut. And I was like, maybe I should start asking. But I think that might be one. There's only a few I think that have coconut in it because I actually know what all of them. I got a sneak peek of what all 12 are.
See, you take the fun out of everything. You ruined Christmas.
Wow. I'm sorry, Johnathan.
Oh, man.
I'm not known for being a holly jolly effer.
So here's the thing, guys.
What's that, Elliot?
I got a feeling this has been working. Nope, just kidding.
No, it might be working. Maybe we just can't hear it.
Well, I don't think we can hear it because it was coming out of the TV again.
Oh. On the volume.
Somebody wanna
We
play
could
this?
just ask Brett.
That was pretty. What was that?
We could just ask Brett if he's here. The music.
Brett, have you been hearing any music play?
Yeah,
or
Brett
anything?
and Sean. Some random music playing.
No, I don't think that's working. I don't think the music's working. That's okay though.
All right.
No, so while you were talking, I hit this.
Boo this man. Boo.
All right, so
Cool.
no music. All right.
All right, perfect. Last thing.
Yeah.
We got
Good old football. We don't have no college to talk about this week, though.
We can talk about.
We can.
We can talk about what the transfer portal is doing for college football.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about it.
That could be a quick topic. The transfer portal. Brett, Sean, transfer portal, good, bad. Would love to hear your opinion in the chat while we talk about it. So what y'all think?
Well, first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers go out to Mike Leach's family. Rest in peace to Mike Leach, head coach of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Unexpectedly passed away. Apparently had some heart complications. And my understanding is when he was found, possibly when he was found, I did not, and this could just be misinterpretation, but I read somewhere where his brain was no longer working. So they were going to be pulling him off the life support and stuff.
Did he stroke? Heart?
Well, I read that it was heart. He died from heart complications, but I'd read something yesterday that said his brain had already stopped, so they were just waiting on.
He's young, man. 61?
61.
Horrible.
Younger than my dad. So
Definitely appreciate life.
yeah, for sure. Do y'all want to before we get into all this transfer portal stuff, y'all want to do start bench cut? You want to go through the transfer portal and then come back?
Well, let's do the transfer portal first since we
I mean, just a quick opinion on what y'all think of it.
Marshawn Lloyd is gone.
Yeah, I mean,
Jaheim Bell gone.
I'm okay with that one. it was the Lloyd one. I'm not too happy with. But again, Johnathan said it best. It's a two-way thing, right? So people go out, people come in. So it's not.
Might have some good ones coming in.
Yeah, and again, I'm still not sold on the offensive coordinator hire for South Carolina.
Well, that's another
and Loggins
topic for another day.
But I say that to preface that I think Loggins is going to be a recruiter more than a play caller. That's my gut. That's my hope. We'll see. But I am a fan of a transfer portal. I think it creates a whole new. Brett, and I hate to disagree with you. I know you hate it because of what's happening in South Carolina, but we need to look at what can happen in South Carolina, not just what is happening now. I think it can be a good thing. I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it creates a whole new atmosphere. I think stars are going to go to the pits, and bring them up. I think you're going to see, going both ways. So I'm excited. It creates an excitement for me.
I think something to remember with NIL money is two things. One, you have some colleges that have NIL deals themselves. For instance, Clemson has an NIL club, so to speak, where you can support the name, image, likeness as a fan, pay X amount of money every year, and then the university gives X amount of money to the NIL.
Brett, I disagree with that statement.
But
you can't build a team if you have to rebuild every year. I disagree. I mean, you only get a limited number of years in college anyway.
I was going to say,
It's not the pros.
To me, it's not. I mean, you only have 4 or 5 years max in college anyway, so
right.
I don't think it's. I mean, building a team, I think you have to look at it differently than how you would like an NFL team or something, because you only have a limited window. I mean, know, but that's what makes me in favor of the transport portal. I mean, as a fan, it can suck at times if you have a player or somebody that
you get attached to.
You would get attached to that leaves, or if the team's hot and you get a few players that leave. But as a college athlete, I mean, some of these kids, like if they're not going pro, this is potentially their last 4 years to play a sport that could have played their whole life. So if they, Brett said, that they should owe the school all their, like if they leave, they should pay back the school or something like that. I disagree because I think, up until recently, the schools have done nothing but profit off of all of these college athletes.
For years.
Which, they're getting scholarships and they're getting a college education. So it is a trade-off. But if you're sold on going to a certain school because of a coordinator or because of a coach or because of the potential to start and stuff like that, and these are potentially your last years to play, especially at that level, you got to take advantage of that. So if something happens, whether it's your fault or not, you get benched or, something happens, a new coach comes in or something, as a player, you shouldn't be stuck in that situation for 4 years just because something out of your control changed the situation. If I was came in as a starter, even if somebody came in better than me, like they recruited a better recruit the next year, I knew that the better recruit was coming in. Well, if I want a chance to showcase what I got, like I should be able to go to another school.
And go ahead, Brett, in the pros, but here's the thing: this ain't the pros. These are 1 year deals, more than likely, if that.
Well, Spencer Rattler may very well be a rental. We may have had him 1 year. He may be gone. He closed out the year where he could get drafted. If he entered the draft right now, I think he's probably a first round pick. I don't think he's top 10 right now or probably top 20. But I think he's a first round pick.
I don't
think.
Well, it also depends on who declares with him.
Brett, I don't think they're trying to make a lot of pros. Brett, I think they're trying to give players more power because the players have had